Hey guys, welcome back to Pro Gun. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate that. I've had some of my viewers ask me if a 1911 is a good everyday carry gun. And the answer is absolutely. I got to tell you, there's nothing like a 1911. I love 1911s. Matter of fact, I have a bunch of them. The nice thing about the 1911 is that 1911 is a platform, and that platform is available in multiple calibers. Even though we typically think of a 1911 being a 45 ACP, it's also available in 38 Super, 9mm, and 10mm. This Springfield Ronin 1911 in 10mm is by far my favorite gun. Now, before you run out and go out and get a 1911, there's a few things that I want to mention. 1911 is super heavy. It's like a freaking boat anchor. It's all steel, but the benefit of that is it highly reduces recoil because of the weight of the gun as opposed to the polymer frame guns. Another benefit of the 1911 is because it's a platform, anything in each respective caliber, all the parts will work from one 1911 to another. It doesn't matter whether it's a Colt or a Rock Island. For the most part, every part in one 1911 will work in another as long as it's specific to that caliber. Now, you may say it's large. Well, yeah, it is large. There's two options you have available. This is a full-size government model with a 5-inch barrel. They also make a Commander version, which has a 4¼ inch barrel. I would recommend the 4¼ inch barrel. I learned how to shoot on a 1911 a long, long time ago, so I prefer the full 5-inch barrel. The triggers on the 1911 are the best in the business. Matter of fact, even a poorly made 1911 has a better trigger than an expensive polymer pistol. This is just the fact. The 1911 is super accurate. It's extremely reliable. They can be a little finicky with ammo and magazines, but it is a great gun to carry. And if you're not familiar with the 1911, 1911 is meant to be carried cocked and locked. That is, one in the chamber with the hammer back and the safety. Matter of fact, you can't even engage the safety on a 1911 if you don't have the hammer pulled back. The drawback is that you typically only get 7 or 8 rounds on a 1911, but so what? You carry a spare magazine. 16 rounds should be more than enough. It's a nice size round. It's great for personal defense. It's super reliable. I mean, keep in mind, this gun won 2 world wars. Concealability, contrary to what people believe, it's not the size of the gun in the length that makes it hard to conceal. It's the thickness. The 1911 is actually fairly thin. If I put this side by side with my Glock 21 45 ACP, you could see that the Glock 21 is much, much fatter, and it's much harder to conceal. Now, when I carry the 1911, I'm left-handed, so I normally carry it at 7 o'clock. If you're right-handed, I would normally carry it at 4 or 5 o'clock. And by doing that, it actually prints very little, if at all. Now, because of the weight of a 1911, it's a must, an absolute must to have a good quality gun belt. Now, I normally carry outside the waistband because this is a lot of gun to put inside a Kydex holster and stick in your pants. So I normally carry outside the waistband, and I like the dual loop holsters because this kind of distributes the weight of the firearm across both the loops as opposed to inside the waistband with a single clip being the single focal point of all the weight. But if you do choose to carry inside the waistband, this holster from Klinger Holsters, and this is called the Gear Holster, along with their holster cushion, is actually very comfortable inside the waistband. So I do use this as well. So I hope I answered your questions, and if you don't have a 1911, you're thinking of getting one, or if you do have a 1911 but never thought about carrying it, I hope I answered your questions. Thanks for watching.